This is the future home location of my crafting cottage. I had to take down a few more trees because I decided to expand it about 4 feet wider. And I like to think about how I like to work, and I typically like to work in L-shaped areas for doing crafts or painting or whatever project, because I usually have to have some space to my right or to my left besides the workspace that I'm working on. This is my new plan. It is 16 by 20 inside. Before I had it 12 by 20. So I added 4 feet because I realized I'm going to need the space. I consider the amount of space that I have to walk around. Thanks, Kat. And I want to build in a big crafting table right here. So this will give me a big area for doing crafting. This will be my crafting corner. And this is my sewing table. This will be my main work table, my all-purpose craft table, and my recording studio, basically. And my sewing table will be right here. And so I decided I needed some closets because there's some things you don't want on display. Like, I don't mind a lot of my crafting things to be on display openly, but like the fabric and the patterns and all that stuff, I would rather have it in a closet. So I want to build a built-in closet. The door is at an angle, but there's shelves, L-shaped shelves here. And I want to do the same thing in this corner, but this will hold like canvases and my portfolios, boxes for shipping products. And so this will be my art corner, sewing corner, crafting corner, and this corner is more of a casual corner. I want to have a sofa, actually a sofa bed, something that looks like flowery print, you know, that looks kind of English country, that will fit the cottage theme, and, you know, a comfortable chair and some lamps. And this will be a place where I can sit and crochet or knit or read a book or visit with friends. But this can also double as a guest house when I have a friend visit. They can have the privacy. I'll put shutters on the windows for privacy, and this can fold out into a bed, and there'll be space to open up, and they can have a little private area. It doesn't have a bathroom, but it does have a sink. So they'll still have to come into the house to use the bathroom. Unless I decide to add a cute little outhouse with a composting toilet. I don't know. I might consider that. But outside, there is a 4-foot wide L-shaped porch. I want to have like a couple of rocking chairs, a table and chairs to sit and have tea or whatever, and a wicker bench and chairs just for a sitting area. Just for a place, because sometimes I just like to be outside. And in the shade of the porch, I can sit and do needlework, knitting, crocheting, basket making outside as well, and enjoy just being outside in the woods. So this is my expanded plan. I think this is going to work better for me. This will be a built-in unit with built-in shelves. This will be a built-in unit. This will be a built-in unit. And right here, since this is my art corner, my drawing desk, art storage, more arts and crafts storage, my big cabinet will go there. On this wall, I'm going to have a customized shelf that will accommodate a large easel. So I want my walls to be fairly tall, so if I need to do a very large paint, it will have a series of shelves going up the wall. The bottom shelf will be wider, the next shelf will be more narrow, and the next shelf will be more narrow all the way up. That way I can just set a canvas on whichever shelf I need, depending on the size of the painting. And it's a permanent easel, but at the same time, it's a built-in shelf that I can display paintings or some of my crafting items to decorate the room. And it won't interfere with whatever is on the shelf. So I don't have to like rearrange any or stand up an easel. And this will just be a really awesome space to have that. And I'll probably, like, when I do that, I'll probably move my desk out of the way or to the side so I have space to sit here and do a painting. So I think about how I'm going to work. This is going to work really good. I keep changing my mind about exactly where I want the windows. I moved my door over here. This way I could have, you know, shelving, storage here for my basket stuff and my yarns, things that I will be using right here. So I felt like the door would be probably look better on the end of the building anyways. That's my plan, and I think it's going to work really great. This will take the clutter of all my crafting stuff out of my house. It is crammed in every nook and cranny, and I will have everything in one building. And I think with my tables, I will be able to set up an area in the central part, and I can invite friends to come to my crafting cottage to learn a craft. And I could have another little addition to my home business by conducting classes here in this room for somebody who wants to learn maybe basket making or paper crafting or card making or who knows what, dollhouse creations. Let's build a fireplace for the dollhouse. I'll show you how, come on. My woodworking shop is this way, out here, but back here is all woods surrounding the crafting cottage. So it's gonna look kind of like this. This is a painting that I did, except it's going to be wider. It's gonna actually come out to here. So it's gonna be a little bigger than I originally planned. And I am working on developing my fairy garden. This tree is already there. These two are already there. I do have some moss growing here, and I've got a fairy. And I've added a couple more things. I want mushrooms and my little gnome, which I still haven't painted him yet. But this is my dream. This is what I'm shooting for. I think about it practically every day. And right now, while I'm waiting for the funds to get started on the main building, and you know what? I'm going to change the face of it. I've already got different plans about how to frame the windows and to make it a little bit more creative. And there'll be hanging plants up here. And it's going to be a lot of decorative items that I want to add. My mini split will be up there. Also put in the stone path already that goes to it. I've put that in. And I'm going to be planting some things and creating like a little garden out here and right in here. And I'm going to work on some fairy charms. I got a couple of ideas of some projects so I can have tinkling light sounds of fairies. I'm thinking of fairies as a magical creature, a fictional character. And when I speak of the magic that I create, it's what I do with my crafts. I can take paper and turn it into a treasure. I can take yarn and turn it into a treasure. I can take cardboard and turn it into a treasure. I take pine needles and turn it into a treasure. That's the magic that I create. It's a place of imagination. And so I love the idea of having a fairy garden, which I can work on that now while I'm waiting for the funds to get started on build my crafting cottage. So I hope you will help me to make this dream come true by contributing something. For all of those who contribute, you have the opportunity to win. Here's the basket I'm going to give away. It's shaped like a bowl. And I want to tell you, this basket feels so cool. The texture of it just feels so neat. It has a leather base. It's made with cord thread. And the top edging is designed like an Indian style basket. And the leather, this is a stamped leather design that I did. This basket won a blue ribbon. See my name? First place basket and straw work, handmade in the home craft idea. So I haven't even taken this off the basket. So it's a blue ribbon winner. It was the top place. It's my favorite basket that I've ever made. And it is done with the tie stitch. This is the tie stitch that I used. The pine needles were dyed a cherry red, and this is a rust color, and this is sort of a kind of a cream color. I started with a small thread. This is started with sinew because it was very thin. My stitches were very close together because I know that as the basket grows, the stitches get further and further apart. So I put them super close, and I could not do that with this thick thread. And then after I got it big enough, I switched to this. Because the cord is so thick, it creates sort of an interesting design. It doesn't look like your typical tie stitch when you use sinew. It's such a cool basket. I am so proud of it. This is the basket. I could not give it away so easily. If I get my crafting cottage, it'll be worth it. For everybody that donates $20 or more, you will be in the running for winning this blue ribbon basket. I had this for sale on Etsy, and I put a price tag on it for $1,000. You know why? Because I didn't want to part with it. I put a high price on it because I really love this basket. It is a really amazing basket, and everybody that has seen it has said, wow. So if you win this, you're going to win something really special, really unique, one of a kind, created by DeborahJCarmona, an award-winning basket maker. So please help me reach my goal. I need to have $4,000 to start with to just begin my crafting cottage. So we've broadened this area. We've taken down a few more trees just to give me a little more space, and we need to finish burning off this. We've had some rain, so everything's kind of wet, so that I will have the space that I need for my crafting cottage. We kind of estimated the materials that we would need, and we priced what it would cost to build the shell of it, basically the walls, the roof, the floors, so that we can have a dried-in building. The materials are going to cost about $4,000 just for that much. That's not even doors and windows. And that's nothing in the exterior. That doesn't include the electrical and the small plumbing job that we need to do, because I want to have a sink. Well, I guess it's not such a small plumbing job since we have to dig underground and we have an area where there's lots of trees. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to start in October like I was hoping, because right now I only have $1,000 towards the cottage, and I need $4,000 to get started, and I'm only 25% there. So any donation that you can give would help make this dream come true a lot faster. I'd really like to get started in the fall before the weather gets cold. If we could get the shell of it done, I could work on the inside of it over time. So I'm asking my subscribers and the viewers of this channel to please consider helping me out, giving me a donation using the thanks button below the video, or you can send money to me on Venmo or my Cash App, which I have been lately posting them at the end of in the video description of all my videos, or most of my videos. My son is helping me with the clearing for this location of the cottage. Just got a few more stumps to burn down. It's also an opportunity to get rid of some of the wood scraps from the shop. It'd be fantastic if you could help. Now, I am going to be doing a giveaway for everybody that donates $20 or more. You will be entered in a drawing to win my blue ribbon pine needle basket. That means the basket that I won first place in competition at the South Carolina State Fair. And as of this moment, I have $1,000 towards my crafting cottage. But it's going to take $4,000 just to build the outside shell. And I don't want to start building until I have enough to actually make sure that it's dried in. Because if I start it and I can't finish it, then the wood could get rotted by weather. So I want to make sure that I can dry it in. I can always finish the inside of it later, but I need $4,000 total just to get started. So we're burning the last of the trees, and we just have to deal with the stumps. Meanwhile, we're getting the land ready, keeping it clear, to make way for the crafting cottage in the woods. How often I've sat here and tried to imagine my crafting cottage sitting over there. Can't wait for it to happen. It'll be such a cool space. I've thought about how I'm going to decorate the interior and the exterior and the plants that I want to put around it and the flowering bushes and really make it cute so that it looks like a creative place. And I could hold classes there and teach how to do certain crafts. So help me make this dream a reality by donating to my Crafting Cottage Fund. And you get, if you donate at least $20 or more, you get the opportunity to win my prized and treasured blue ribbon basket that I am going to give away to one lucky winner. Those of you who have already donated more than 20, you're already in the running for that opportunity. I want to try to build a little garden right here in front of the brick wall and behind it in front of what's going to be the crafting cottage. Get a little head start. I can at least work on that while I wait for the money to come in to start the build.